Hey guys, welcome back to the Disney Cupcake channel, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this awesome Tsum Tsum box to store all of your Tsum Tsums. This one holds up to 15, and if you don't have 15 Tsum Tsums, I'm going to make it so then there are some still in the background, and it kind of looks like you're playing the Tsum Tsum game, and it's really easy just to take them out and play with them as well. So it's good for smaller collections or to take with you on a trip, or if you just want to put it in like a smaller space like on your desk. It is a great storage container to put your Tsum Tsums, because I know sometimes they fall over or they get in the way or your pets can get to them. So this is a nice little storage compartment to put them in. So now I'm going to show you guys the supplies you're going to need. These are basic household items that you guys should be able to find around the house. If not, they're at like Five Below or the dollar store, or really cheap supplies. So just about anybody can make this. It's really simple. So here are the supplies you're going to need. So the supplies you're going to need are a shoebox, light blue duct tape, silver duct tape, a roller, a Sharpie or a pencil, a page protector or plastic wrap, whatever's handy. And then towards the end you will need to be able to print out some pictures, so just make sure your printer has ink and is ready to go as well. And you're also going to need scissors, and you're also going to need some clear tape. It can be smaller tape like this or clear duct tape. So let's get started. So for step one, we're going to be cutting out this little hole so you can see the Tsum Tsums inside. So here I'm just sketching the shape for the indent of the box. Now that I have my line traced out, I can just take off this back end of the box, because that will get in your way when you're cutting, and make sure you have all tissue papers and scraps out of the box as well. So now here I am cutting out this whole center of the box. Make sure you get an adult's help with this. This is pretty difficult to try to get in and out of the box, and make sure the cutting will take quite a while. It doesn't matter if it is a little bit choppy at the ends. It doesn't matter if it's perfect, because the tape will fix that up. Now just make sure that you have room to put your little labels, and make sure not to cut too close to the edge that it will bend and break apart. Now that I've finished cutting, it's time to add tape. And don't forget to save your extra cardboard scraps, because we'll be needing those later. So now you're just going to cover this one in blue tape. So don't forget to start with your outside edges first. It's okay if some hangs over. That helps give it a line once you just fold it in. And don't worry if you have any bumps or creases. Those will get covered up at the end with some of our Tsum Tsum stickers that we'll print out. And don't worry if you make any mistakes. Any side can be the bottom, because we didn't glue anything or tape anything to the front just yet. That's why we're going to go from back to front. Don't worry about taping anything on the inside just yet. We're just going to do the outside. And if your edges won't fold down correctly, just take your scissors, cut a little slit in them right at the corner, and they can overlap each other and fold down just fine. And then just cover the whole outside of your box, and then I'll show you guys how to cover the inside and make it not look so choppy. Now that I finished taping all of the outer sides, and now we're going to move on to the front. Once again, the front isn't that bad. I just want to make sure that it's done correctly and that we take our time. So if you need to fold any of your edges in, so then you won't see that tape hanging over at the end. So all you're going to do for this is just take a strip of tape and line it up right on the edge. Push it down. And then trim it right along the edge. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit, because that can always be the bottom if necessary. Now that the inside hangs over, it is extremely easy to cut. So how you would cut this is just do little indents like we did on the outside, and fold in. Notice how that gives me a nice rounded edge. So it looks just like the game box, and not so much like this anymore. And you do the same the whole way through. One more to show you guys. For the middle, it's the same way. You just place it down on the top. Trim it. Fold it over. And now for the middle, you're just going to want to cut a straight line down, separating the two pieces. And make sure you press it down. And now that stuff will be hanging down and on the inside. So now all you do is just cut a little bit off. I have a lot hanging over. So I'm just going to make sure that I fold that down on the inside. So now I have that nice smooth line on the outside. And then you can also save this extra piece to use for the next row. That way it saves you tape for the next couple of times. And then just fold that down in. So then it gives you that nice smooth line. And do the same for the top. And now just complete this side just like you did this one. So now also if you did have these little divots in yours like I did, all you're going to be doing is just cutting a little slit right down the center and bending it in like we have been, just so then the lid fits correctly. So now for the inside, if you put Tsum Tsum straight down here, you can't see their cute little faces. So what I do is I use the old cardboard that I cut out from before, and I make a little ledge for them to sit on. And here's what it looked like in my old box. I took out what I cut it out, and then, so here I am, I'm cutting out a small rectangle, and I'm measuring it out just to make sure that it fits on the inside. And then I'm just going to be folding it over a couple times just to make sure it fits up at the right height. So before you start placing the bottom piece of cardboard into the box, make sure you have a few small pieces of silver or clear or any color duct tape ready to go. So now you're going to want to place this as close to the front as possible because that's where the Tsum Tsums are going to be sitting. Get it where you want it to be. And then hook it in kind of like a J, kind of L shape on both sides, so then it won't pop up and it holds it down as well, and then you can't move it. As you can see now, the Tsum Tsum stacked perfectly on the inside. So one of our last few steps, we're going to be putting in this screening, so then the Tsum Tsums won't fall out if it gets bumped or if it falls over. So now to make this, you're going to be taking your screen protector page. So now you're going to take your ruler and your Sharpie and measure the length of the inside. Just make sure you'll leave about an extra inch or so on this outer edge, just to make sure that we can tape it to the inside so it won't fall out. So now that I've traced it, I'm going to cut, like I said before, about an inch or so off. But so you don't cut double, just cut the edge part out, just so then you have a one sheet, because it will be much harder to cut two. If you're using plastic wrap, just stretch it over the top here, and then, so now that you've trimmed this the way that you wanted to, you're now going to lay it over top of the second sheet, and you are not going to trace this one, or else you will see the Sharpie once you put it onto the back. So you're just going to cut around this next one, so then it fits without having a line going through it. So all you're going to be doing is just laying this inside and just taping the edges. Make sure you stretch it out as much as possible so you won't have as many wrinkles in it. And just tape it as much as you need to, depending on the size of your box. As you can tell, we are extremely close to being done. If you have a box that just opens up in the back, all you need to do is just cover that blue, and you can have a little hatch type magnet or Velcro, whatever you want to stick in there to help shut it. If that's the type of box you used, since I have a box with a lid, I'm just going to show you guys how to use the lid. So now we're going to go online and print out some awesome pictures of the Tsum Tsums. all I did was I went to Google and I searched Tsum Tsum game background, and I just used a bunch of the pictures that came up. I'm going to be using a different picture today. I don't want to use one of the ones that's like active Tsum Tsum games, because, you know, that's not really what these are meant for. I did end up using this one in mine, so I'm going to pull those over to my desktop. And like I said before, these will be in the description if you guys would like to use these same ones that I am using here. So now we're going to find a game board background. I also don't want to do one that has the fever on it, because then that will not match ours either. This one seems pretty good. It has my favorite character, Mickey Mouse, and there are a few active ones, but we can go around that. You kind of want to have ones that have coins and times and fevers and all that kind of stuff on them, because then that shows that you're playing with them. And then you can just take a bunch of other pictures of Tsum Tsums that you like. I want to make this box a little bit different than my other one, so I think I'm going to be using this picture. I think that will go good on the lid. Now I'm just going to put this on Pages or Word, whatever you prefer using. I'm just going to drag these over, and you're just going to print them out. So I'm going to print these out and I'll be right back. So now that I have all the pieces, I'm just going to cut them out. You're going to print 2 of these apps. You're going to print 1 of these like longer strips. Or you can use, again, any other pictures you'd like. And you're going to be cutting out this section, the bottom section, and this bigger area here. Basically why we printed these out is just to cover up all of the logos of whatever type of shoe box it is. So we're just going to be taping this right over the top like that. Then it'll give it more details, and even if you flip it around or if you're carrying it like you would a shoe box, it would have Tsum Tsums all over the place, and it would just give it some more besides just having a, for example, a brown backing with nothing on it. So all you're going to be doing is just taping this straight onto the back. Make sure you cover the label. If you need to print out any more, if you can't cover the whole label, just make a little collage on the top. If you want, if it's too thin, you can just put duct tape over the edges, or you can print out smaller pictures or bigger pictures, whatever size you need, just to cover up the labels on the sides. So this is what the one side looks like. Now I'm going to do the same to the other. You cut this out and make sure you do not throw the bottom strips away. If you did, just reprint out the picture, because you will need these for the front of the box. But now we're just going to finish up with the lid. But to make sure that you put the picture in the correct space, try to put the lid onto the box and just have an idea on where you think it needs to be. I'm going to put mine a little bit higher, since I know that the Tsum Tsums will at least be stacked up to here. So if you have to, stack up your Tsum Tsums in here and see where there are any gaps. So now I'm going to tape this in and I'll be right back. Now that I got that all taped in, it's time for the final details. And your final step is to add some Tsum Tsums. This is the complete product. Or if you have a smaller stack of Tsum Tsums and they're having trouble standing up, just slide a piece of cardboard in the back and that might help you out. Thank you guys so much for watching this Tsum Tsum box video. I hope to help you guys out. Let me know if you guys like these Disney DIYs, and if you guys would like me to do a whole series on that. I would really love to. I had such a good time making this for you guys. Please let me know down below if you guys would like me to continue this series or give it a thumbs up. If you guys like Tsum Tsums or you guys would like to see more Disney DIYs, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys need any of those printouts or more information, that will be down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!